Hi, everyone. Welcome. I'm so excited that you're here. This is a new masterclass. It's called Flow, and it's all about removing the blocks that stand between you and your creative channel. This masterclass is for you if any of these things feel true. You know you're creative, but you can't access it consistently. That's the creative channel. You start projects that you never finish. You overthink every creative decision. You compare yourself to other artists, and that leads to doubting your own creations. You have ideas that never become reality, that you don't follow through on, and you keep waiting for inspiration to arrive. Ultimately, you know there's more inside of you than what's making it onto the page, canvas, stage, or screen, which I think is every single one of us. What you actually desire, you want to trust your voice, you want to finish meaningful work, you want to express yourself freely, you want to create without forcing, you want to bring your ideas into the world, and you want to feel connected to your creativity again, or maybe for the first time. You want creativity to feel like home instead of a constant struggle. So, before we get into the teaching, I just want to share a little bit about myself and my story. So, currently, I am a singer, a songwriter. I'm learning how to produce my own music, and I've been actively in this work for the past 3.5 years at the time that I'm recording this. But growing up, my first love was always music. Growing up, I always loved to sing. I was constantly writing, and I had really big dreams of being on stages. And as I grew up, society kind of conditioned me to think that that wasn't a thing that I should be doing. Life happened. I went to school. I built a different type of business that I thought was the more responsible route. And I got married. I ended up getting divorced. I found myself in years and years of a period of time where I was just deep in my own trauma recovery and in my own healing and coming back into connection with myself. And through that process, something unexpected happened. My creativity came back and it was stronger than ever. And through this, I realized that creative flow is not something that we find, it's something that we return to. What I believe is that creative flow is our natural state. It's not something we have to earn, it's just who we are. Through the work I've done on myself, I have come to understand that the body is a direct doorway to our creative flow. And when we can connect with our body in a specific way, which I'm going to teach you in this masterclass, it opens that door. And lastly, I learned that blocks are not the problem. They're just protective patterns that once kept us safe. And we don't really have to understand what they are in order to move through them. When we understand this, everything changes. All right, let's talk about where creative block comes from. So these blocks, like I just said, they live in the body and they can present in the mind as overthinking, self-doubt, perfectionism, fear of being seen, comparison, fear of failure, people-pleasing, and procrastination. The same place the block is stored is the place we return through. Most people try to think their way through a body problem, which leads to thinking harder, pushing harder, trying to force creativity. But when we take a body-led approach, we instantly gain access and we feel instead of fight. We're able to soften and just allow what is already underneath the blocks to become present for us. Blocks don't live in the mind, they live in the nervous system. And when the body softens, creativity naturally returns. So, what we're going to be doing today, I'm going to guide you into a meditative state that helps you bring your awareness specifically to where these blocks are held in the body. And like I said, you don't need to understand what the blocks are. We don't need to know where they come from. We just need to be able to tune into our awareness, which I will guide you through, bring our awareness to the sensation, and then return to flow. and that happens naturally as a byproduct of that process. So this process that I'm going to teach you today is simple, somatic, and repeatable. You can use this anytime on your own. It's perfectly safe to do. So I'm going to invite you to just get comfortable. And when you feel ready, begin to tune in with your breath. Just take a deep breath in, out through the mouth, allowing any sound or movement that wants to come through. And as you continue to take a couple more breaths, notice your body, and when it feels ready, allow for your eyes to gently close. So staying connected with your breath even after your eyes are closed. And we're going to start by bringing your awareness fully back to your body. And we can do this through felt sense. We can feel when our energy is scattered. We can feel when it's not fully here with us. So notice where you can feel your energy might not be with you. And just gently begin to call it back. All you need is the intention to bring it here, and you'll start to feel it returning to you. Stay with your breath. Deep, slow breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. As you allow for your full awareness to land here. Noticing the feel of the air on your skin. Noticing the sounds that are present in your environment and just allowing them to be there. And now noticing the sensations that you feel in your body. How does your body feel right now? And just letting it be exactly the way that it is. This practice is all about noticing without needing to actively change. It's about bringing our awareness to what already is here. So staying with your breath, we're going to bring our awareness to our head, specifically the space that is in between your eyes and just behind your eyes. And notice what happens in your body when you bring your awareness to that part of the head and the brain. You might start to feel some heightened sensations in your body. Your breath might become a bit more shallow. You might feel your heartbeat increase, your heart rate increase. Your body might want to move in a specific way. Just fully trust and stay anchored to your breath. Affirming out loud, I am here. I am safe. I desire to create. Beautiful. Now, keeping your awareness on whatever has your attention in your body, and also bringing just a part of your awareness all the way down your spine, down the core of your body, and down to your root, which energetically is kind of right around the perineum, just below the tailbone. And allowing for your awareness to just ground here for a moment. Imagining that all of the creativity that wants to come through you is moving in from the top of your head and making its way down through your entire body and rooting here at this energetic space just below the tailbone. Almost creating this beautiful rippling pool. Feeling your creativity landing in your body from the ethers, from wherever it comes from. And feel your body opening to fully receive it. Staying with your breath as you feel the sensation, as you feel the expansion. And noticing that as this lands, your body begins to soften. Your heart rate begins to decrease. And the areas in your body that before may have felt tense or chaotic are starting to relax and soften. Taking another deep breath and maybe just letting out a nice sigh on your next exhale. Shaking out your body a little bit. Maybe doing a few hip circles. Rolling your shoulders, rolling your neck. Okay. So where you are in this moment, this is your natural state. This is what a flow state feels like. So just tracking that for a moment, letting your body, letting your mind notice. This is the benchmark. This is the goal. This is the space I come to when I want to create. Letting your brain receive that information. Feeling these new neural pathways firing and wiring together as the body communicates this to the mind. You can literally feel your brain kind of this new electricity moving through it. Feeling the flow of energy from your body, from your heart, up into your mind, into your brain, your physical brain. And allowing for this shift to occur, allowing for this state to integrate as a safe state. Staying with your breath through this sensation. And on your next breath, just beginning to shift your awareness to your surroundings, but staying connected with this state that you feel. And at your own pace, when you're ready, just allowing for your eyes to blink open and kind of take in your surroundings through this new lens. Noticing if any of the tension or chaos wants to return, and just being present with that sensation in the body. As you let your eyes wander around the room, and staying with your breath, until your body naturally settles back into the open, creative state that you were in just before you opened your eyes. Feeling your energy settling like the snow inside of a snow globe. Just being with the sensation. Allowing yourself to open back into presence with your eyes open. Now, an invitation to notice how your heart space feels, how open you feel, how open your womb and your root feel, the sacral center, the root. Feel the energy moving, flowing out of your solar plexus, which is the space just below your heart, in between your heart and your belly button. Feeling an open throat center. And lastly, noticing between your eyes where there used to be kind of like a fogginess, how clear it feels. And tracking this as your most natural state of being. Beautiful. So we're going to take a moment to write down. It could be in a journal, it could be in a note on your phone, on your computer. What did you experience? What did you notice? What shifted for you? Take a few moments to write it down. What came up for you? What did you feel in your body? What shifted in even the smallest way? Beautiful. So let's talk about the arc of creation. What we just accessed was step 1, reconnecting to self. When we come back into our natural state of being, this is what allows for our creativity to come through clearly so that we can fully hear it without distortion. The next part of the arc is actually taking what we hear and moving it into the phase of creation. This is where a lot of artists get stuck, is stage 3, finishing our work. Once we learn how to connect with our channel, our creative channel, and come into this state, oftentimes it's like this dam opening up, and so many ideas can flow through, and we can start and we can create. And a lot of times the next place that a lot of blocks start to come up is the completion process. After step 3 is step 4, sharing. This also brings up a lot of blocks. Can I allow for this vulnerable work that the world has never seen before to be experienced? Step 5, can I be heard? Step 6, can I be seen? And step 7, this is often where a lot of blocks come up again, is can I complete the arc and allow for myself to receive? Once we can move fully from 1 through 7, we are living fully in our purpose. We are actually have shifted fully into the mode of creator, and the universe responds. But taking this last step can oftentimes be the hardest to open, to feel worthy, to move through these blocks that come up when we're so close to what we've dreamt of, what we have been working so hard to actually allowing ourselves to receive the abundance that comes from completing this arc. So this leads into the work that I do with artists. I combine my experience as an artist with my background of trauma healing and nervous system understanding. And I combine all of that into an experience where I essentially become almost like a creative doula. And I help you walk through the process all the way from reconnection to creation to completion to expression to receiving, because I've done it myself. And I continue to live this way every single day. And it's not an easy path. And there's so much that comes up for us because we're walking a path that has never been walked before. When we open ourselves to our creative channel, choose to create from that space, and release our work into the world, we are doing God's work. We are living in our deepest purpose. And that is so scary because it's so opposite of what so many of us were taught we're supposed to do growing up. And it brings up so much in the nervous system to actually bring our artistic work, our creative work, whatever it is, into the world. And I believe that we have the greatest power to actually shift the trajectory of the world that we live in, which is why I've chosen to take my work in this direction. I was in trauma healing for a long time, which I love and might continue to do someday. But now my passion is really helping artists bring their unique expression and their unique vibration into the world, not only for the world, but for you. Because when we live from this space, when we create from this space, it opens up so much possibility in our lives, and we actually feel fulfilled. Like if we're not living this way and we're an artist at heart, we're never going to be happy. And so that's why I'm so passionate about this work, is because I want you to live the life that you're here meant to live. I want you to bring the work that you're meant to bring into this world that only you can bring into this world. And I know how hard it is. And so I'm here to support you with that. So if you are ready to create on command, if you want to move through blocks in real time, and not just with me, but learn to do it on your own as well. And if you want to walk as the artist you came here to be, I would love to support you. So if that sounds like you, if that sparks something inside of you, some inspiration, some curiosity, I would absolutely love to hop on a call with you. So if that is something that you're interested in, you can click here and book a clarity call to explore what's possible for you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you learned something through this process. You can come back to this practice anytime that you need it. And I will hopefully connect with you soon. So much love.